Good morning from the Black Mountains once more. This time I find myself in the village of Pengenford, which is out in the western fringes of the Black Mountains this time. And today I'm going to be climbing Mynydd Troed, which is the peak right behind me here. Now I've parked at the Dragon's Back pub, which is just off the A479, which is just in the valley behind me here. And it's just a little walk up the A479, crossing by the farm that you may or may not be able to see just behind me, and then working your way up towards the northern fringes of Mynydd Troed. So what I plan today is heading up to the peak, along the spine of the mountain, backtracking, and then dropping down the western path, which then swings right the way back around the northern edge of the mountain back to where I am now to retrace my steps back to the starting point. Approximately 9 kilometers today, 5.5 miles ish. As you can probably see, I've gone and picked myself an absolute gem of a day. Beautiful sunny day, barely any wind. Yep, no wind at all, to be honest with you. So it looks like it's going to be a good one. So as per usual, I'll keep you up to speed with events as I continue. Talk to you later. Here I am at the summit of Mynydd Troed at 609 metres above sea level. It's taken me just an hour to get up here. But if you're looking for an easy climb to the summit of Mynydd Troed, perhaps don't take the northern route. It is pretty steep. But good thing about steep climbs, the rewards and the views come to you so much quicker. So there is a plus side. Now out to the east, you've got the central Black Mountains. You've got the likes of Pencerrig and Penalmawr. Moving on to Wynfach, which is somewhere hidden behind the clouds. And then you're looking over there towards Rhostirien, Tumper, and around the corner Hay Bluff. And then out to the west, you've got Mynydd Llangors, or Llangors Mountain, over here, and there's the beautiful Llangors Lake, and the central Brecon Beacons peaks, again shrouded in cloud, out to the west. So you've got some pretty cracking views all around. Hopefully this cloud will dissipate and things will get even better. So next I'm heading off down the spine of Mynydd Troed, which is nice and flat, but because there's a reasonably steep drop off on either side, the views are going to be pretty amazing. So I'll show you what it looks like further down. Just reached the end of the main Mynydd Troed spine, which is all relatively flat, but now I'm approaching the southern end, the southern tip, and now we're dropping down. So this is the point at which I'm going to switch back and head back in the direction of the trig point at the summit. But some absolutely gorgeous views down the Rhiangol Valley, as you can see. And also down into the valley to the west, separating Mynydd Troed from Llangors Mountain. And I don't know if you can see, but there's Pennyvan in all its glory just peeking up over Llangors Mountain there. We'll talk to you in a bit. While I'm up here on Mynydd Troed, I just wanted to point out another great walk that you could undertake should you be in this location. In fact, you can use exactly the same car park that I'm parked in today, which is the Dragon's Back car park, for, incidentally, the walk, which is Mynydd via the Dragon's Back, which is the ridge that you see winding its way up to the plateau, and then right the way across, and then I don't know if you can see, but there's a little flat top peak up there which is Mynydd, the highest point of the Black Mountains, and then you drop back down into the valley and back to the car park. So well worth doing. It's a fantastic walk, but again, just make sure you pick your weather, because if it's shrouded in fog, you're not going to have a great day. So there's one for you. Okay, I retraced my steps back in a northerly direction back to the trig point, and now I've headed to the left or west, and now I'm dropping down the westerly slopes in the direction of Llangorse Lake, which is right behind me now. Now you can probably there's also a little parking area down here should you not want to undertake the climb that I did from the other valley. This is just a little bit easier on those knees. I've just reached the bottom of the western slope of Mynydd Troed, and a little car parking area right behind me. That's the other parking option you do have for a slightly easier climb. Also used for the climb to the summit of Llangorse Mountain. Still got the wonderful views out towards Llangorse Lake. And if we look back up, there you can see the top of Mynydd Troed. Now, the actual walk down was fairly treacherous, I've got to say. I fell on 3 occasions. It is fairly muddy underfoot, but it is steep. So you've really got to tread carefully, which is something I should really have learned by now. So now I'm just sweeping my way around the northern extent of Mynydd Troed, and then I should make my way back to the farm entrance alongside the A479. So I'll talk to you a little bit further on. I'm just approaching the farm on the A479, so I'll be back at the car within about 15 minutes, making this walk 3 hours 45 minutes today, and that's not with me pushing it at all, so it's been quite a relaxed affair, so it's been good. Only challenging part, the initial climb to the summit. Other than that, it's really quite pleasant, gentle. Views amazing, as you've probably already seen, into the valleys on either side, over towards the central Black Mountains, and then out to the west towards Llangorse Lake and the central peaks of the Brecon Beacons. Seen about 3 people today, so this again is not one of those, highly in demand places, which is also good. Great, easy to park the car at the Dragon's Back once you paid your £2. But yeah, it's a lovely walk, and another of the many that I could highly recommend here in the Black Mountains. So as always, until next time, from the roaming spices in the Black Mountains, it's goodbye.